Welcome everybody, All Hex, Anthixius, and Sinvec. We have Andy here on the call, but let me know if the levels are alright. What's with the headphones? Okay, so yeah, we have... Okay, so here's the situation. We got Andy here on the call, unless he drops off. 0 packages today. Superior Kimchi is at... Welcome, Superior Kimchi. Superior Kimchi is asking, is Andy Panda Express egg roll guy?
What?
Or we got those, like, those super sad egg rolls?
I don't even remember every day's sad, man.
Oh, thank you guys for the hydrates. It's super... Is it hot for you today? It's, like, super hot here. Okay, so I stayed on the call here with Andy, and I don't know if you guys can hear him okay, if you hear the music okay. I don't know. Let me know if the levels are all right. But in order for me to hear Andy, I need to keep my volume pretty high. But if I keep my volume high, my mic is gonna pick up the music. So I turned down like the speaker volume, and I'm wearing like these monitor headphones. And that's what we got. Now, the other thing that's worthwhile to mention is that like Ada just got me these AirPod Pros. And what I want to do at some point is get some kind of Bluetooth transmitter, like from the headphone out jack on my mixer, so that I don't have to wear big headphones in order to like talk to Andy and in order to monitor the stream.
Have you ever thought of all the radiation that you're absorbing every day with all your technology?
Every single piece of equipment. I think about that sometimes, about how like some people think that like all of this is really, really bad for us. Like for me, I have no clue. I mean, like I'm not an expert. Yeah, these are HD 800s, which they're super nice. They're super comfortable, 100%. But they are big. And so I got these AirPods, and I want to use a Bluetooth transmitter from this, which is going to add to that electronic signal, which is slowly killing me. Okay, so then I was looking up... Okay, so here's the story. I was looking up these transmitters, and I'm realizing, shit, this is like, it's hard to figure out like what's really good, because for a second I was about to buy this Logitech one before I realized the Logitech thing I was going to buy was not even a transmitter, it was a receiver. This is stupid. McJizzle, welcome. And how good are keyboards? Welcome, by the way. McJizzle is going on lurk for a bit, but appreciate you being on and lurking. He'll be around playing games, but okay. H800 by mistake. No worries, no worries. Okay, so do you guys? So I was just asking Andy about this off, like just before stream here, but I'm wondering, do you guys know? Let me stretch. Do you guys know anything about the website Wirecutter? Like I feel like, or like this whole Wirecutter thing, I feel like it's helpful, but it also feels kind of suspicious. Like, I feel like I'm being misled, and these are like paid reviews. I googled like best Bluetooth transmitters, and this is what I get. So the hope is that like if I get something like this, I could just use like an AirPod, like one, not even both AirPods, instead of these big old things. And I come across this, and they basically have 2 picks, a portable one and a home pick, that are by the same brand. And then like you come down, like what I always try to look for is like I was looking at like the competition, and they even have one that's like another model, and then a couple others. It's owned by a newspaper. I don't know. Okay. Anyways, I don't trust any product recommendations which are monetized. Like, same. I don't know if it's that I have complete distrust. It's that like I'm really wary, you know. But with that said, it's that like I was looking again, like they plugged this brand One Me basically 3 times. And then I look up the reviews just elsewhere, YouTube videos, Amazon reviews, whatever I can find. And like these do seem, this does seem pretty good, but then I've also noticed these like Tautronic ones show up as well. So if anyone knows anything about Bluetooth transmitters, let me know. I'm trying to use these AirPods with a Yamaha mixer. And I'm wondering if you guys have any idea of the best way to do that. Creative BTW3. What is that? Ah. Interesting. So it's like a USB-C transmitter. So I'm looking for, I think, one that would... Yeah, I don't know how this would work on my chain here. Like, that does seem cool, though. For, like, consoles. Yeah. If anyone has any idea of Bluetooth transmitters that are appropriate for my setup, let me know. Someone had mentioned using one of these B03, like this One Me like model, one of these One Me models, and then like they had to use like a like an analog to digital converter. So like the opposite of this, like the opposite of a DAC. And then either using some kind of like hum eliminator or like clean power into it to like reduce noise. Seems a little complicated, but anyways. Okay, so no packages tonight. And for that reason, I am cautiously going to mention here, this might not be a very long stream because I have no packages today, and I've done this build, this specific type of build, like 3 times now. So this might be kind of fast. And if it's way too fast, then I might tack on some chores at the end. But you guys know me. It's never fast here. So, who knows? We might just do a build. We'll find out. Okay, let's get right into it. What the? Hold up, I don't even have everything I need right now. Be back in a second. I love the disclaimer followed by the self-awareness. Hold up real quick. Sound, voice and video. Gonna say less than 3 hours. Yeah, and if it's under 2.5, there's a chance that it's under 2.5. No, the thing is, it might be really fast. But if it's under 2.5, then I might actually do another board desolder. aptX adaptive codec. I've been reading a little bit about that. I've been trying to familiarize myself with the terminology, but I don't really fully know what happened to the. Okay, that was weird. Okay, so here's this board. This is the Sirius POM. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on this, but do you ever just like buy a board and then you have like way too many plates for it? This is one of those situations. I got 2 plates and then I cut 2 more from Pinocchio. And then it's just like, well, what do you do? Do you just leave the plates sitting around, or do you, like in some cases, try to find more PCBs to make more builds? And that's kind of like always been my plan, is just to have like 4 builds for this, even though like this is not even like my favorite board. It's just I have so many plates. It's like, why not? Anyways, this one is our the leather plate build. It's a top mounted board. This has got a leather plate, and it's Alps as well. This is Orange Alps. I have a bunch of boards that I bought all the plates for. All right. Okay. Another quick thing. I embarrassed myself. Do you like leather? This is a non-vegan board. Leather's okay. It's whatever. I mean, I think the flex that you might be seeing here might just be the desk mat flex. As a plate material though, overall I think it's not good. One thing is it's essentially plateless, because like leather is not by any means stiff, so like trying to align, especially like Alp switches, is just almost impossible. How did you embarrass yourself? Oh yeah, sorry about that. So I was in Ankit. Hey, shouts out to Ankit. I'm hoping that's, I think that's it. I was in Ankit's stream earlier. Ankit is a fellow big time HHKB enjoyer. But I was mentioning on his stream that you know, I hit on 2000 Mini SE by way of Ada, of course. Shouts out, hey guys, shouts out to Ada. And I was like, yeah, man, it's a pricey board. It's like $550 without even a PCB or plate. And then a bunch of people in chat, who I guess are also HHKB enjoyers, was like, no, dude, it does come with a PCB and a plate. And I was like, oh shit. So not only have I mildly embarrassed myself in front of all these people, it's okay, I'm not like embarrassed, but I also bought way too many extras. That's the real embarrassing part, because it's like now I have like, after all the extras, I have like 3 PCBs and 4 plates. It's just like, I can't even read. Okay. All right, I think Annie dropped off quietly, so I'm just going to drop off of this too. And that way I can get these headphones off. Alrighty. At 500 pounds, it better include a damn PCB. I can't even read. That's my problem. Like 3 people were just like, no, dude, no. It comes with a PCB plate. I have all the plates for mode 80 and 3 PCBs. Jeez. And are you going to use all of them? That's the real question. More PCBs, the better. If that PCB dies in like 5 years, guess what? You got 3 more. I feel confident that a PCB just won't randomly die. I feel comfortable with that. Like, I've had some boards for like 10 years now. Like, and it's just like, they're fine. The issue is more that like, they won't die on their own. They'll die if I fuck something up. Like if I lift too many pads, or I do just something really suspicious with the PCB, or the PCB finds itself in water or something like that, or the whole keyboard finds itself like in water, like yeah, that's where it dies. But like, there was a point where I was like, I should just buy one PCB for all these boards, because it's just like I have too many boards anyways. Okay, so anyways, this is the board. I guess we could run a little type test if you guys want to hear this. It's a top mount board. It's got a normal, top right connectors. I think I'm also actually, I keep forgetting to grab stuff from the other room. This needs a like sort of standard top left connector situation. So I'm gonna go probably use the SNOP with a top left connector. Chris doesn't see price tags anymore. He only sees HHKB. I feel like I'm getting there. There's just like, dude, October. Oh my God, October is really bad. There's so many good looking PC or HHKBs out. Like, I actually. Okay, so I'll disclose here. There are so many HHKBs, like nice HHKBs that are slated or possibly slated to come out during the month of October. It's looking real bad for my wallet, man. Technique, welcome. So I'll just give the disclosure. I have purchased so far a Moment and a 2000 Mini SE with one too many plates and PCBs. But coming up soon is the Dodgy, the 60 Seisero. That raffle is supposed to come out. The Hex 3C and the QK60, both being like hugely budget options that somehow look really, really, really good. It's just like three more between those three that I've just mentioned. But then there's also just the chance, I have no idea, but there's this chance that a couple of other really, really good looking boards are coming out this month as well, which include the Vero that Alex Otos just built, as well as the possibility of Live Oak dropping kind of at any given point from ATX-KB. So I'm hoping those just get moved over to next month or something. Those last two, but so there's all that. But I think I'll make this disclosure that I did actually have an unplanned keyboard purchase just today. That is like really bad, but at the same time, like I'm kind of looking at like, well, there's a little bit of a justification. There's a little tiny bit of a justification for it. So let me explain. I got the I ended up getting someone's X60R from Noxery. Let me close this window real quick so we can do a type test. And that one's pretty nuts because I went back and looked and it's like, yeah, this was the one where it's an HHKB and there was only like 20 units made. So it was like the second version of the X60. And I think what's particularly interesting about it is it comes with its own custom USB-C PCB, because I think the first one used top left connectors, but it had a cutout that was specifically meant for mini USB. So this one's USB-C, but it does have HHKB, and that's really particularly important. Now my justification for wanting to buy it is because it looks really good. Obviously, it's, you know, it looks like kind of in some ways a collector's piece because of how few of them were made. But on top of that, I did get in on the quote unquote X60 V2, which I guess is the third iteration, even though it's called a V2, which has no HHKB compatibility. And I just figured, okay, if I get the Win key, I can try to find a way to turn it into an HHKB. But I bought it before I before I read. Because the thing is, you can. It's just the way in which you would potentially convert it to an HHKB would be to have it look really ugly. So I look at it like, okay, in that meantime, it's like, I guess I'll just take an X60 V2. You know, I bought it already. At this point, it's just like, I'll keep it if I never get one of these previous X60s that are HHKB. And here we are today. I got one, so this seems like an opportunity here where once that V2 is in hand, or maybe even prior to that, I'll probably move it, but we'll see. Also, I've literally just noticed that as of yesterday's stream, apparently I hit 1,100 followers, so super cool. You know, okay, I need to do this type test. But one thing I'm noticing is that, like, it was really hard to get from like 700 to 800 followers, but then like it seemed like way ridiculously easier to get from 1,000 to 1,100. It's kind of crazy. I think like it probably just is like that for a while before people cap out. But like it looks like, oh, this is nice. Sky's the limit, I guess. All right. Okay, so anyways, let's do a little type test, guys. This is the Sirius with a leather plate, Orange Alps, POM Sirius, and DCS Siri. So let's do this. Oh, the space bar. Wait, what is going on with the space bar? All right, really bad. Oh my goodness. Kerbal with the big O raid. We're just here for the Drake stickers. Okay. Kerbal, welcome. What were you up to today? Okay, so that was it. This was this guy right here was the Sirius with the Orange Alps build and the leather plate. Finally built my Vega. Nice, right on. Okay, so let's just go and build. And that was bored. Let me know what you guys thought about how that sounded. Nap Wizard, welcome to the stream. If you haven't already heard it, I just did a type test, but I could just type really quickly. Just do a little quick one here. Let's do 15 seconds. I didn't even plug it in. There it is. Okay. Tactile Orange Alps, leather plate, Sirius. We're about to do a different build, different plate, different PCB. A quick one too, because this is like our third time building this board. Should be quick, and we didn't even have any packages today. I'm gonna go grab the other PCB that I do need, so I'll be back in a second. All right. So this right here is an NOP. This is the first iteration from Checkerboards. Let's get the music back on here. I don't even have anything plugged in. As wild. It's all right. I'm not gonna lie. It's literally, it's just all right. Let me know if the sound is all right here, music wise. Do Raiders still get a song? Oh yeah. I forgot I had that policy. Yeah, feel free choose a vinyl if you care to. Exclamation vinyl. I don't have any Run the Jewels now. Okay. So here it is. Then we're gonna do some funny business here. Cool board. What is this? The white one? I mean, it's a Sirius. This is the POM Sirius. The whole board is made of POM, but there's a brass weight inside of it as well. So there's our plate. We're gonna go alu. My first time, I think, going alu on this board. Are you serious? Yeah. Is that really unreasonable? All right. Here's another reason why this build is gonna be. Are you serious? This board's gonna be super fast because I'm not even gonna do stabilizers. I'm just gonna move it from one board to another. The situation that I'm seeing in front of me is this white PCB is gonna be done with an all white type build. Again, also with this Sirius. I'm gonna try to get those OEM white POM keycaps to go along with this PCB. The white POM plate that I already have. Eventually, I'm gonna cop those Novel Keys Dream switches, which are all white. Run these with TX, white TX stabilizers. So, let me try that. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna screw this up because I'm not even sure where the syllables like start and end, but Dwin on Lee. Welcome to the stream. I'm typing on my Sirius, but I have an OG PC one with a carbon fiber plate. Right on. Nice. I always thought of getting a polycarbonate one, and you know what's weird is that Project Keyboard has like this like updates thing. I'm gonna show this. It's crazy. They have this updates page. And like I'm not sure if like are they supposed to have Sirius like be like a board that they'll always have, because they've had this progress bar here for a really long time, and I'm guessing that this would be like the third round of it. Are they serious about the restock? Your stream always looking clean, man. I appreciate that. Do I have enough lights on? Case it wasn't bright enough. Yeah, they're having an in-stock sale of it. The board sells out so quick they can't make enough of them. There was a point, I think, where they did have it in stock for a minute, like maybe like a week or so, a week or a couple weeks, where they did have the POM ones and the polycarbonate ones at the same time. And I've been debating, like I was always debating like whether or not I wanted to get a second one that was the PC one. I think that the fact that this has the actual helicoil inserts, I think just makes it, in my eyes, like it's a tier above the PH60, which doesn't have it. So, Tessie, welcome. Hey, what's going on? All right, it'll play the track "Count Me Out" from the latest Kendrick. Nah, you gotta redeem. I do have Mr. Morale on vinyl, but that needs to be redeemed. Okay, project keyboard is all right, fair. Okay, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this goes, and we'll see if I ever get around to it. Okay, so I'm just gonna transfer these stabilizers over, and then eventually we'll do some TX. We'll do an all white build on the Sirius sometime down the line when I can get those, or when I want to get those switches, and when I want to get those keycaps. So, alrighty, hydrate. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Nap Wizard, thank you for the follow. Dude, it's been like super hot here, like for the last like 2 days. I've been in here a few times, but weirdly did not follow my bed. Hey, no worries about that. I will never have any personal pressure to follow. The only pressure to follow comes from whether you want to join giveaways. That's the pressure. And there's never any pressure to actually join the giveaways either. I'm not calling the cops if you don't join a giveaway, you know. It's no big deal. They're gone. Oh shit, no, Ada's not here. Hold on, I gotta refund that. I gotta turn that off. No Theraguns tonight. My bad. Manage requests. Where's Theragun? Okay. Refund. Okay, refunded. Alright. Add violence. Oh. Wait. You know what's interesting about... What's interesting about you saying to play Add Violence is that it's in this bundle that I never opened. Like, I think I've had this for like upwards of 3 years now, and I just never opened it. It says sold as a set, do not separate. So I guess we're gonna I guess we gotta open it. Oh wait, hold up, Sinvec. You know what though? Before we do that, and it's also partially because I want to clear off this area here. I never actually finished Cyro from like last week's stream, so there's like one more side left, I believe, and I also am pretty sure we went completely out of order, but that's fine. There's one side left on Cyro. Don't separate it. Well, guess what we're gonna do? Okay, so. Alright, let me know if y'all can hear that alright. I'm trying to make sure that this, again, isn't going to capture on the VOD. And this is why we need a Bluetooth transmitter. So if anyone has any information on Bluetooth transmitters, please let me know. Did I lose a screw? Are you hardwiring the turntable to PC? I have a pretty involved audio chain that's set up for stream. But it goes into a mixer. It goes into a USB mixer. I may have lost a screw. Oh shit, it was magnetized onto the bit. You need to redeem where you explain your audio stack. Oh my goodness. It's definitely something. Gio uses his AirPods, but I think he just uses PC Bluetooth. That's most likely part of his Wi-Fi card. You know, I'm not 100% certain if my streaming PC even has Bluetooth. I really don't know because I've never needed it. Like, I guess that would be something on the motherboard, right? Yeah, one thing I've been thinking about is whether or not it makes sense to potentially, like, monitor sound directly coming off my Windows PC, like, that I use to stream. Like, that might make the most sense. I don't know why I'm doing this. When I bought a motherboard, I decided to save money and didn't get the Wi-Fi / Bluetooth board. Sometimes I wish I had it. Yeah, I'm not even sure if I do. It's just I've never needed to use it, so I don't remember. Okay, so we're good on this guy. All right. If your PC has Wi-Fi, it probably has Bluetooth. That's the thing. I don't even know if it has Wi-Fi. I hardwire all my PCs just because I can. Like, my apartment's not like huge. It's like I'm cool with just running long cables throughout my apartment. Click the notification thing and see if there's a Bluetooth thing in the Wi-Fi section area that pops up. Yeah, I hardwire my PCs too. Yeah, so it's like for that reason, I have no clue if I even have Wi-Fi. Less latency, yeah. Okay, click the notification thing. Where is the notification thing? I don't know what the notification thing is. The chat box thingy next to your date time. Funny thing about that, I don't even know what version of Windows I'm on because I don't even use Windows regularly. like I turn on my PC and then we're good. What version of Windows am I on? I'm on Windows 10. That shit looks like Vista, bro. Patch it. Wait, are you talking about this screen? This is Mac OS right here. Nah, the other stream when you switched monitor inputs. Oh, yeah, that's my workhorse PC, which I also don't think I've upgraded out of Windows 10. Jesus. Oh my god. Struggling here. Okay, so I hit Windows K on my stream PC and all it's showing is my display. Windows A? Okay. Let me try that. Windows 8 doesn't do shit. Tricking me. If Windows 8 don't do nothing, that install old. It's Windows 10 Pro N. All right. Oh, by the way, okay, this has nothing to do with anything we're talking about, but as per last stream, open settings and devices, check if you have a Bluetooth toggle. Okay, I'll try that. As per last stream, we finished up the plates. I sent it over to Mr. Pinoco, and they approved it. It's gonna get remade. But you know what the funny part of all of this is that it occurred to me that it's not that I actually even needed a plate, because I could, like, it's a tray mount board anyways that I needed this plate for, quote unquote needed this plate for. If it's just a tray mount board, it's like I could have just gone plateless. I would just need 5-pin switches. But my intent, I think, has been to go with 3-pin switches anyways, so the plate kind of necessary. All right, devices. I see a thing that says add Bluetooth or other device. So it's not a toggle, but it says that I can add Bluetooth. Oh, it says couldn't connect. Here are some things to try. On this Windows device, turn on Bluetooth. If this device supports Bluetooth but you can't turn it on, try to update your driver through Windows Update and Settings. So there's no Bluetooth toggle, but there's just a thing that literally says try to add Bluetooth, like a Bluetooth device, and then it just tells me I can't. So it looks like I don't have Bluetooth on this motherboard. You wanted to put those cursed troll fragrance switches in it. No, that was for the Compaq MX 11800. That's what I wanted that for, and I still needed that plate to be remade. Either no Bluetooth hardware or no drivers for it. It's one or the other, right? Yeah. So I don't seem to have it set up at this moment, if it does exist. But I think it's also worthwhile to try to figure out what the actual motherboard is, so that we could just like Google it. So give me 1 second. Maybe I could find out. Oh, by the way, it looks like this ended. So Sinvec, if you're still cool with me finally breaking apart my my 3-pack of 9 Inch Nails vinyls, I will do that now. But not before I figure out what my motherboard was. Okay, so I think it's that. It's a mini ATX. I think is that what it's called? Micro ATX. It's the thing that's not super small form factor. Micro ATX. I always confuse them. All right, let's open this up. It's been a while since I've done literally anything with my PCs. I feel like I need to, at some point, how to install a driver manually in 2022 is very uncommon. I mean, it might not even support Bluetooth, period, so. I'm using this pretty solid. Yeah, but is it more fun than trying to get a Bluetooth transmitter from my mixer? I don't know if that's more fun. I think adding a Bluetooth transmitter from my audio chain is more fun than getting a Bluetooth card for my PC. Oh, also, I'm pretty sure I don't even have another PCIe slot for this to go into anyways. I'm pretty sure. And I say that because I think I only have two, and one of them is for my GPU, and the other one I'm using for my my 4-in capture card. PC Bluetooth allows you to use Bluetooth input too, though, like controllers and stuff. Yeah, but I I am unlikely to ever use this PC for anything but streaming. Like, I can in a pinch, but I already have another PC that I would rather do that on. Oh my god, why can't I take this out? Oh, it's at the very bottom here. There we go. All right, black vinyl. Looks like it's a single disc in here. Side. This is side A, is the red side. Okay. What inputs do you need for the TX? I'm guessing TX is referring to transmitter. Either single or dual 1/4 inch, or RCA. Now, what I was reading is that transmitters that take analog will tend to run a gate. Just because there's a lot of noise that can come in if they didn't. And so what I've heard some people do is they'll use an ADC, an analog to digital converter, to avoid the gate, but then that will do the thing where you're potentially introducing noise. So I do have like a 2-channel hum eliminator, which is like I use one of them for my VOD audio input, and I'm guessing I could just use the other channel for that, or it's that like I could drop a whole bunch of money on like a clean power adapter. I'm not sure if the hum eliminator is going to actually resolve that issue, but like I think it will, but I don't actually know. Okay, so here we are. Also, let me know if the sound is coming in okay from the music. I don't really hear it yet. Alrighty, so here are our switches. We're running this interesting switch here. So let's talk about this switch. I bought this switch quite a while ago. Secondhand. These guys right here are oh boy, let's see. These are Outemu Ice Click switches. So as far as I understood, prior to Aqua Kings, this was one of the very few fully transparent switches that used to exist, and they are a click jacket switch. So I'm pretty sure no one's gonna like this build, but here we are. Oh man, it's like hard to even, what the, how tight are these switches? This is crazy. Am I even gonna be able to run this? There we go. Click jacket. Click bar is where it's at. Yeah. Like, click jackets are not good, but it's important to get good representation in keyboards. Switch Doc, hey, let's go to Switch Doc. Hey, shouts out Switch Doc. Welcome, Switch Doc. Okay, just FYI, Switch Doc. I have you had a giveaway prize, and I've never gotten in touch with you about where to send it to. So let me know. You're welcome to join our Discord here, which is mostly used for stream notifications, but also contains me most of the time talking to myself. Though I appreciate everyone who's been keeping the Discord alive. But it's also useful for, if you are a giveaway winner, being able to find me on the list so that you can DM me your address. Sounds like my Discord. Okay, so these cutouts are really tight. They are really, really absurdly tight. Oh, these Outemu switches. What the? Hold up. Wait a second. What the H is this? Dude. Wait a second. So I bought these secondhand a long time ago, and I've never used them. I think it's been like over a year since I've bought these, and I've literally never used them. And look what I have just noticed. This is my first time actually ever seeing this. Is this working? Will this work? Are these Milmax sockets? I've never seen a real Milmax socket in my life. And what is this? Those are Outemu hot swap sockets. Oh. I don't know. But the weird thing is that not all of them have it. Come on, are you gonna work? Are you gonna work? Some of them do and some of them don't. You can slide them off with flush cutters. Actually looks like Milmax, never mind. All right. Pliers? Are pliers all right? There we go. Can I see again? Yo, my palms are sweaty. Come on. So slow, dude. Milmax are open at the bottom. Oh, I didn't know that. That does not look like a Milmax. So this is like a, what was it? Who said it above? Outemu hot swap sockets, Hammer Brother. Did not notice this. I was looking at this like, what the shit is this? SIP. Oh, it could be a SIP socket. I've never seen SIP sockets sized for these legs. I've seen SIP sockets sized for the LEDs. All right. So is this where this build is gonna take long? Me having to deal with all of this shit. SIP makes all kinds of sizes. I see. I have a 40% board that someone else SIP socketed. I've done my own SIP sockets in, oh, it must have been almost 8 years ago. And then I ended up selling the board that had it. It was for a duck lightsaber. You guys remember the duck lightsaber? It's one of those like bigger boards. It's like a TKL, but instead of like the nav cluster, it like went straight to the numpad. Brother Christopher warns this stream might be short, then whips out the extra step switch. Well, the weird, okay, again, I'll also mention the weird part is that not every switch has this. That's what's really weird. It's like some of them do. I don't even remember who I bought this from. I'd have to look through my messages. Oh, all hex, by the way, I don't know if everyone was here when I mentioned this earlier, but I ended up picking up a board today, an unplanned purchase for this month. This one is missing a leg entirely. An unplanned purchase this month, which is adding to the wallet emptying. I got an X60R. So the thing is, I already have an outstanding WinKey X60 V2 in group buy was supposed to slate for pretty soon this month. But I think there's probably delays because there's always delays. But in any case, if anybody is interested in buying, so the X60R that I have is HHKB, or the one that I just picked up today. The X60 V2 that Noxery ran last December did not come in HHKB, so I bought it in WinKey, thinking that like I could just block the corners. And then when I found out the ways in which she would block out the corners would look really ugly, then I'm just like, why the shit did I buy this? But anyways, I ended up getting the X60R. So if anyone's interested in a V2 group buy spot, or a V2 when I actually get it in hand, let me know. I'm willing to sell at cost. It's pretty pricey even at cost. Fucking dodgy this month, dude. I hit on S2K. I hit on well, not hit, but like I got in on a moment. I got this thing right here. This X60R aftermarket. And I'm still thinking about the QK60 and the Hex 3C V2. The Hex 3C V2 seems really good. Like I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get an X60 Hex 3C V2. I don't know why I'm dragging my feet on it, but it like ends at the end of the month. Not that I'm sad about this, yeah. The wallet is. Okay, I think I need a plate fork. Yeah, this is the funny thing, is that I feel like there's this chance here that plate forks actually have a secondary use. You went for the hand engineering HHKB? Yeah, no, Ada just hit on it. So, yeah. Well, like, I hit on it by way of Ada. Yeah. Smile and welcome, by the way. Always a great pleasure to have you here. Always. Okay, so what I was saying real quick here was that I think plate forks have this secondary function, which is when your switches are too tight in the plate, then you could just press down really hard on top of the plate fork. Without the, even if it's a stiff plate, without it like collapsing. Congrats, congrats, hell yeah. Okay, you know what I need to do is, I think, oh, I gotta flip this disc. I need to replace this spring here. Lurk, Hammer Brother, thank you for the lurk. Oh, these are Outemu. I almost forgot there. Switch back to this view. Oh man. Temu's got these like the kale style weird top housing tabs. Back to opening switches by hand like a peasant. Oxy, welcome. 570 for V2. If you're interested, all hex. Nah. Okay. I got mine in this sounds like Daughters. Daughters, the music. This is 9 Inch Nails Add Violence. What was I gonna say? Yeah, we're gonna want a longer spring here. Sounded like in the beginning. I see. Okay. But yeah, the X60 V2 I got was in lightning silver. Jeez. Jesus. Of course it was the best color. No, everyone was really excited about the green one. And I was like, man, should I have gotten green? But now I'm just like, it doesn't matter. It's not like this is a board that I was going to end up being really excited about anyways, it not being an HHKB. I guess I'll mark this up even though I won't be able to see it. I think I need a black Sharpie, some other colored Sharpie for this. Which color you get for the one you bought today? Also silver. Though the guy I bought it from did disclose that like it's an older board, you know, like the anode's not going to be perfect, and like I could kind of see in the picture, in the pictures he provided, he had some really nice pictures, but you could kind of see some, I don't know, some parts of the anode that are a little bit suspicious. It's MX, right? Yes. As far as I know, yes. I'm pretty sure it's not in Topre or Alps or anything, but yes, it is in MX. I mean, it's clicky, so it's like, would rattling even really matter that much on these stabilizers, you know? Oh shit, I forgot to put a switch there. I mean, it sounds good enough. I don't know. It must be, otherwise it would state as much. As such, yeah. Yeah, I might. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I might be at a point where there are things I have that I'm just like, I really don't have a need for, but like I think it would be wise for me to attempt to try to recoup the costs here rather than just keep them around. I'm getting to that point, at least in my state here of collecting. Okay. Claims financial hardship for a full refund. Alrighty. Plate fork time. Oopsie. Mommy's gotta get her nails did. It's true. Yeah, I think X60 V2 probably the biggest, thus far the biggest, like, regret of buying. Not because I predict that it's going to be a bad board, but it's just like, why did I do it? All right. These are pretty tough on my thumbs here, so. Is that Erie P. Knuckles? Welcome. Yes, that is DCS. DCS Erie. As is usual, DCS, the only key set profile where I'll ever flip a spacebar. It's that bad. Oh my. Damn, these things are tight, man. Ah, fuck. Shit. Hold up. I should have gotten Yuri instead of single chip. Wait, what is single chip? I think I unintentionally threw all of these switches in here, including the bad one that had a missing leg. So now I need to locate that. There's one singular switch in here that is missing. That is actually missing a leg. And I don't know if I already punched it in. Inugachi. Welcome. Damaki single chip. I see, I see. The hard part about this is that, like, the clip-in prongs on the housings are so long that it's hard to, like, press these switches in. So it's like having to remove a singular switch and then press in a new one just, like, takes so much effort. Good lord. What's up, folks, by the way? Welcome, welcome P-Knuckles, and welcome everyone this fine evening. Hope everyone's crushing it tonight. I know I am. Oh god, okay, so it doesn't appear to be in this tray. Which means it's either on my board already, or I tossed it somewhere that I just literally cannot visibly see. So let me go and just check the board here. I guess one way to do it is to just kind of feel around. Is this okay? This might be it, or it has a bent leg. Ah, there it is. It's the one I literally just put in. Okay, I gotta move this behind me so I don't touch it. God, that's stupid. All right. Something just fell. Not sure what it was. I don't know how a switch got there. What's the lowest profile cap you prefer? Ooh. Lowest profile cap. I mean, I guess like cherry. I don't know if people consider DCS to be lower than cherry. Also, am I getting... am I in the ballpark of the right answer of the caliber of answer you were looking for? Aqua Kings. These are Outemu Ice Clicks. A... pre-Aqua King fully transparent switch, the one that at least I was aware of. Ooh, thank you for the stretch. Oh, and thank you for the hydrate. How good our keyboards. Appreciate. And thanks for pointing that out. Looks like are we done with this? Well, I don't know. That's still going. So until that's done, I'm just gonna keep it going. Chalk for the win. Oh. DSA. I do not like DSA. I don't like... That's the record music. Seems like it. It appears to be the case that yes, that is the record music. But if you guys would like to correct me, I don't actually hear it because... And this is one of those situations, right? Again, like the headphones that I use to monitor are too big, and also they're open back. That's another issue with them, is that like they're more for listening, not really for monitoring. Those big HD 800s. Now, I would like to have a Bluetooth transmitter so that I could transmit. I could transmit the signal or the sound coming from my mixer to my AirPods that Ada just got me. I'm a Cherry to SA person myself, not a fan of OEM, liking MDA and SA at the moment. Cherry's cool, but it's like a default now. Cherry's great. I mean, default, nothing wrong with default. Yeah, XDA, DSA, I agree. Fully 100% think they're too flat, and I don't like how it's uniform across all rows. I need my rows sculpted. There's another switch that's fully PC transparent. I don't remember the name. There's Gateron North Poles. Like, I have that carded from Geon. Geon's store is running like a pretty good sale right now, at least through the end of October. Outside of what apparently I think is gonna be another Frog Mini drop for anyone who's interested in a Frog Mini. Hey, highly recommend. It's a great board. I really quite like the Frog Mini. I think that there have been some people who don't like the idea of a tadpole mount, but my first time trying tadpole mount, I like it. I really do. Aqua crystals are cool, but hella light. How's yours going? The Frog Mini? I love it. Too loud for me, but my friend likes him in his ACR Pro. I see. Okay, I think that the disc is finally done. Might have been crystals. Of course, I saw an IG post and forgot to bookmark it. I see. Tadpole mount is a super great middle ground between gasket and top mount. And it's way easier than both. Maximum RGB. Oh, some of these so damn tight. I don't know how I'm gonna fit all of these in. Oh, God. Ooh. My knuckle's gonna feel it tomorrow, man. Hopefully, the kid does all he's supposed to do next couple days. Looking forward to building a couple boards with him Saturday. Ooh. The kid? Your kid? That pink on navy looks so good. Waiting to put mine on my navy Onyx when it finally ships. Oh, dude, it's... I think it looks... The collective kid. Oh, yeah, my kid 11 years old. Right on, right on. It's so interesting how it looks here. I think, like... It's very navy, right? You can't really see it. I don't know if you can see it, but... Like, this is supposed to be, like, the first round Geon purple. Which I think is different from the purple that they're going to be doing on the next drop. But the navy, like, it brings out a lot of the blue, but you can still kind of tell it's purple, I think. I hope. With context. Get that boy a tofu. Oh boy. You can tell it's purple, just a lot of blue in it. Yeah. Yeah. God damn. Heard someone say they disliked the Gable Green Frog TKL for the first time at a meet the other day. Alright. My truth is, I don't know what this Gable Green looks like. I'm curious, do you have any photos of this? But I just gotta imagine that, like, green seems like the right color for a keyboard named the Frog. Kimlin Win, welcome! Always a great pleasure. Thank you everybody for being here. Ooh. So I'm about to say hi before bed. Thank you for dropping by. Oh, we are struggling. Oh, these switches not chill, man. I gotta tell you guys, these switches are not chill. Your gloves are fancy. These are cheap, like Amazon, like probably the seller got them from AliExpress gloves. I like the gloves. I just hate the stupid branding on the back. Like, I wish that, like, cause like, and the thing is, like, anytime you try to find gloves like these, you'll find them, but then they always have this like dumb, like I don't know, factory branding, and it's the same glove, but it's always like a different logo. I wish they just sold these blank. I can't find where to get these like completely blank. Branding will wear off after a bit, yeah, but a bit is subjective. That's gonna be a very long time. Very dark green that almost looks like black or purple in some lighting. Oh. Oh. Hey, if you got any pics, drop them. Really is. They aren't branded. How will you know who you bought them in bulk from the same manufacturer as anybody else? Exactly. How will I know? All right. 3 plate forks. Time to shine. Oh, let's take a look at this. You got me excited. I gotta see this color. Oh, that looks very black. Like, it's like when you say Gable Green, it's like, and then I open this picture, it's like, am I looking at keycaps right now? Because that does look very black. But it's like, I'd love to be able to see it in real life, though. See where that green and that purple come in. I think I washed mine a good 3 times before they started to fade out of existence. Were they this style of gloves? I don't even know how you'd really describe these. Should I just throw all my gloves? Because it's like it came in like a 10 pack, 10 pairs. Should I just throw all of them in the washing machine? Okay, I think maybe the key here is to like squeeze from the top as well. Ah, Jesus. How did you when I worked in a cooled warehouse? I see. Yeah, it's like fabric on the top, like on the back of my hand, but then like it's like more, I don't know, very slightly sturdier than just regular fabric on the palms. Stupid branding. Gian works for. Oh, let's take a look at this. Whoa. I think I might be getting to a point where I might need to restart my machine. I almost never turn off this machine I use. Ah. I still need to see it in person because that does look interesting in some of these photos, but it still looks kind of like not green. It's interesting. It's definitely interesting. They kept it at 35 degrees and below, and minus 25 in freezer areas. Oh, I see. I see. Horrible place to incur an injury. Shaking my fucking head. You think that a stub toe isn't all that bad? Oh, God. Then you go home and see how much it's swelled. Oh, Jambell X, thank you for the follow. We're almost there, guys. This potentially, look, I think this is going to be pretty quick-ish. But, this will still be somewhat fast, I think. So I got a question for you guys, just completely switching up topics here. Silent switches. What do you guys, first of all, what do you guys generally think about silent switches? And whether or not you like silent switches, can you reasonably answer the question of, again, even if you don't like it, can you reasonably answer the question of what boards, like specifically, is there a type of board that you would think that a silent switch would be better or more appropriate to go in? Silence for me, like the quietness, hate the feel. All right, what I missed? Oh man, you missed a lot. You missed quite the build. Well, still working on it. Couple things. One is these are Outemu switches, which have the Kale style tab openings on the sides. So you can't really open that with the nutcracker. Second of all, the housings have really long, like the clip-in tabs for plates protrude really long. So if your plate is tight, it's really hard to push them in. So I needed to put on these gloves just to, like, you know, save my my fingers from some pain here. Third of all is that a weird small number of switches, let me count them up, maybe about 5 or 6 switches randomly had like sockets on the legs, and they weren't Milmac sockets, they just looked like SIP sockets. So I had to pull that out, and I think we've just about punched everything in, and we might be ready to solder this up pretty soon. Pretty early on the stream, only an hour and a half in. Okay, boards that are in landfills. Generally not a fan, though the best would be bowgums or U4s. Struggling to find a good build / sound, go with silence or clickies. Work boards are ones used in the presence of others. If I was building a board to take to work, I would use silence. I don't hate them. I think something with a bounce, maybe. Interesting. Okay, so Inugachi is on the most correct path of answers I was looking for. And I say that because it's like not in terms of where you would use the board, but literally what is the most appropriate board style construction that you would accept silent switches in. Particular Q3 build I've used makes most linear sound as fuck, just the clack of the caps. U4s for months and months at work, no longer. If Tim has sockets, they make probably those. I have an Odin build with alias that I built intending to take it to work, but then never had to go back to the office. Bruh. Okay, so here's what I'll say is that I'm gonna be like, I have a silent Franken switch. I've done another silent switch that's just a stock silent switch. I might be doing actually multiple sets of silent Franken switches. One that I can imagine would be good to go in is my GAF 60, where the actual, what it seems like is that the height of the keyboard is actually pretty tall, and then there's just like nothing really at the bottom. So it's just like, there's just a lot of, like, it bounces sound very weird. And someone else mentioned it before I built it, and then I did it. I was like, this is a little weird. I don't hate it, but it is a little weird. But a bunch of people thought it to be a good idea if they just, like, you know, lined their boards with foam, which is fine. I mean, if you like foam, you like foam. I don't personally like it. But I just thought, like, okay, this is really weird. But then I just dealt with it. I'm thinking that that would be an interesting board to try to see what silent switches sound like in them. But then that only covers one silent switch, and I might potentially have two. Okay. The dampeners send the force back at you a bit. In my experience, the bouncy board could redirect that force or lessen it. I see. My first board was a plateless, caseless board with U4Ts that I used indiscriminately at work. In my experience, the silencing pads on the switch mean that what you do manage to hear is spring crunch and or leaf noise. Additionally, spacebars amplify these issues and are generally super noticeable when typing, so you hear a thud every few keystrokes. It's still quiet, but it's louder than everything else, and it drives me up a wall. Oh yeah, it's really annoying. Okay. For anybody interested, and it's just like, I just wanted to throw this out there. Not that I'm necessarily going to be doing this build super anytime soon. But if I had two sets of Franken switches that are silent, and one of them was going into a GAF 60, where should the other one go? Feel free to, again, if we're continuing to spitball here, to take a look at my collection and just peruse through and see, like, oh, a silent switch would be interesting in this build. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think, if you care to peruse. Okay, in the meantime, I don't know what I was doing this whole time, but I'm going to check to see, use my eagle eyes, make sure I have no bent pins and the alignment looks good. It should, because it was a pretty tight fit. Everything should just, like, lock in. But again, a few things I'm just going to check to see that everything seems right. I agree about foam, not a big fan. Seems like too many boards rely on foam and tape as a band-aid to fix their poor sound profiles nowadays. To me, I just don't really, and that's a funny thing. Any board that includes foam, like, I'll just build it without the foam, and I haven't really had a situation where I built a board that included foam but without the foam and I thought it was bad. Like, I've never had, in fact, I think every single time, even times where they say, like, use the foam so that it sounds better, I personally just think it sounds worse, like, across the board. Like, any board that you might think sounds bad without foam, it's like, I don't know, I just found that it sounds fine. Like, it's like completely fine. If you have a board with a lot of flex cuts, they're pretty often muted, so might as well use silent switches. I see. Put them in the hello because silent fits with retro to me. Oh. Usually build without the foam, so maybe the plate foam sometimes. Okay, Gasket 00, hello. Okay, hello's gotten 2 votes so far. Piggy 60, and then the concrete keyboard. Isn't there a couple of boards that require foam? The one that I can think of that, like, requires, like, dampening, like, literally requires, and I'm not even 100% sure if it really requires it. But I think the Ramakara, like, literally the construction seems to require, like, the dampening material. But I wonder if you can just still try to not use it. I've never tried it before. Retro boards should be clicky, not silent. So yeah, I do already have 2 Hello M0110 builds, one of which uses the heavy clickies. I'm a fan of the silicone. I've tried it on my Boston. I'm planning on pouring a very thin layer of silicone in the bottom of my P3D brain to get rid of the reverb from the aluminum case. We'll see how it goes. Really want to preserve the sound profile without necessarily muting it. I see. Idea is to make the board have that recently popular marbly sound. Usually required form is to prevent shorting the board out on the case. Yeah, that makes sense. Like the Polaris with soft plates. I think the Polaris, because that front height, or like the actual board height, is so low. Like it's a really thin profile. I've needed to use like a tape mod or like a foam to prevent the shorts. Other than that, though, because we always swap it for something else non-conductive. Yeah. Okay. I wonder if anyone's just like put paper. You literally just like seat some like perfectly sized paper at the bottom of your board to prevent shorts. Something really thin. Paper and masking tape will do the same thing. Have to use thicker paper though. I see. Paper and masking tape do the same thing. Okay. Alright, I think we're pretty good on these legs. So I think it is time for me to grab another work mat and then pull out the soldering iron as well. So I'll tidy up here a little bit. Thank you guys for your patience. Quick build, right? Super quick. I swear, I think we're gonna actually get to desoldering that gaff. The gaff that I want to desolder, that build specifically has Telio switches with stock springs, and I feel like at some point I'm gonna want to spring swap that to some longer springs. Alright, homies, heading out. Have a good stream. Hey, appreciate it, Inugachi. Thank you for being here. Thanks for dropping by. Solder. I've heard that the first batch of U4TX will be going out to some international vendors soon. US is in the next round. Oh, I don't know if I've heard of that either. I don't need this yet. Still warming up. Long pull silenced U4T. Just get the bottom out. Ah. I mean, aren't U4T stems already like long pull? Or are they just longer? Or am I misguided about that? Oh, silenced. Long pull silenced. I see. Still want to try brown stems and boba housings. Oh. Sorry, we gotta do this upside down, don't we? Sinvac, we're doing the upside down thing. Nice. I have so many brown stems just sitting around. All right. I got the hack. The hack I learned, I think, from Warm Thoughts stream, which, you know, she's a popular streamer, so I don't know if it's like a secret. Kale brown stems. Is that something she's talked about very much? I know she did a build with it once, and I looked at that and I was like, whoa, wait a second. Kale brown stems? Kale brown stems specifically. They're light tactile, just like cherry browns, but then they have like a longer pull than cherry's light tactiles. And I think that that's kind of what Corsa switches are supposed to be. So anyways, I have like a couple of thoughts on potentially doing some kale brown stemmed Franken switches. Hold on, I have that in front of me. Franken switch right now. Oh, nice. Nathan always highs up kale black stems so I can see the browns also being nice. Yeah, I mean, so that's the other interesting thing is just like pull length. Like, you know, I was thinking about this, and you know, I don't know the full side or like history or like, you know, the real 100% full science of it all. But I think I have like something that resembles an idea. Which is, you know, like the idea of a holy panda, a Franken switch that turned into a real switch. By the way, okay, right, quick tangent. You guys hear about this Cherry announcement? Cherry's turning Ergo Clear into an official switch. Crazy. Anyways, holy panda, the Franken switch that I guess some have tried turning into a real switch. You know, Franken switch. But one of the things about that is like Halo Clear, Halo True stems that, you know, supposed to get harvested. Like, let me pause because I feel like my brain is everywhere right now and I'm trying to figure out exactly what I'm trying to say. Okay, what do you guys know about why the idea of holy pandas is good? Like, what makes them so good? And I think early on, one of the things that I had thought, and maybe it is true, is like the actual design of the stem bump was a little bit different from the other types of tactiles that must have existed at the time. Let me know what you guys think, because maybe I'm wrong in that assessment. But one of the other things that I noticed is that aren't those stems also, whether or not the again, the tactile bump design is different or was different compared to everything else at the time. One thing I noticed is that isn't that pole also like doesn't that also have a long pole? And no one, I feel like no one seems to talk about that in particular. That's like, oh, like it's a tactile long pole switch. In fact, I have some stems here. Let's take a look. You don't think it's long pole? That looks like a long pole to me. I think that looks like a long pole. Here's like a Zelio stem for comparison. Zelio, I remember Zelio being, you know, very early on. Like it was talked about as really interesting because again, it was a pretty like a heavy tactile, like not a brown in terms of like that bump design. That was like it was different. It was a heavy tactile that was different from a clear stem. But then like furthermore, you could see that like this halo stem is just like longer. And like I wonder like I'm wondering for so many people who say like oh or who have historically over the last several years said like oh let's do holy pandas, like I don't know if they've attributed the fact that you know it's a long pole as one of the reasons that they could potentially like it. And I feel like like how do I put this, I feel like it doesn't get that credit that it deserves for why some people might like it, because people don't really like look at it. People just like was mentioned here just kind of rode the hype train, right? Okay, let me continue here. I don't remember where I was, but let's just start from the middle here. I think I was trying to align these switches, and I was feeling clicks here each time, so worthwhile for sure. I'm also going to put a glove back on. I don't like that sharp tactile bump, so I'm not a fan of halo stems. I see. I don't know, I think it's chill. But yeah, I guess that was like I think that's what's kind of interesting to me is when it comes to switches or just keyboards in general, trying to hear like a reasoning or a justification for why someone likes something, like a reasonable one, is pretty rare. Like my interpretation of people's reasonings for liking things seems kind of rare, and I say that even, I don't know, maybe possibly as a projection because I have no real reason to like a whole lot of things, the things that I do. I think a lot is definitely in the keyboard hobby. A lot is made out of how things are acoustically, which is fine. I guess that's just not 100% what I really prioritize like at all. I think it's decently important, but it's like it's never by any stretch of the matter the most important thing. A heavy-handed strum bump is desired for me. Too light and it literally feels like a heavier than rated linear to me. Ooh, there it is. Like for me, I made it no secret, but layout always important to me. Number one most important thing is layout. It's got to be the same layout over and over again. I think looks, it's got to look cool. Looks are important. It's got to look cool. Feel is really important. I think all those things to me typically take precedence over how something sounds. Like, do I type well on it? Literally, that's another part of it, is that, like, if I don't type well on it, is that something I'm gonna enjoy? Anyways, I say all those things because that, like, maybe I'm removed from when the strongest or the peak of the hype was, or maybe I just never really looked for it. But I guess it was always confusing to figure out why people wanted holy pandas. Oh, that's a bent pin. Oh, I don't think I soldered yet. I threw a little tiny bit of solder in there. Oh yes, I can still take it out. Oh. Sharp does not equal heavy. Sharp tactiles are often heavy too, but sharp describes the feel of a tactile event. I know for a long time people were saying that it was the closest MX to Topre and it had a rounded bump, but I never really bought into that. It's funny. You know what's funny is that, like, so someone had asked a little bit. Oh, Oxy, your last message. So my reality is I very much often try to avoid saying the name of certain Franken switches just because I feel like even regular switch names are very stupid. But anyways, you're asking me if I tried a Franken switch that is basically like a Holy Panda but with a different bottom, and the answer is yes, I have, and it actually feels pretty nice. It reminds me a lot of SKCM Tactile Brown Alps, which I'd found out later was like the goal they were trying to achieve by doing so. Now, I haven't actually tried real Panda or Holy Panda switches, to be perfectly honest, so I don't know if that's a reality of how they feel, but I can also see what you're saying in that, like, that kind of sounds like a bunch of baloney. Like that rationale in terms of like, oh yeah, they think it's the closest MX to Topre seems like a made up thing. Dude, I know I already said it, but a cherry brown stem in a Corsa housing is strangely good. Literally feels like a long pole brown for some reason. Isn't a regular Corsa a long pole brown? Feels very sharp to me. I used to really love my Holy Pandas, but when I took a break from them for a long time, I didn't enjoy the heavy bump as much as when I rotated back in. I see. So a nice D-shaped bump over a P shape. I agree with Streamer. Some of these switches have really dumb names. Mr. Creamsicle switches. Welcome. Welcome again. A very real, independent, not an alt of somebody else. Human person. Definitely not. I actually have those also in the drawer, and it's like my intent is to swap springs on them, because I think I was just using like some like the original like 67 or whatever gram springs that came with the tangerines, and then on top of that, like I don't even have the stems anymore, I don't think. Or I think I might actually use the cream springs. Actually, I think it's like a 70 gram spring, but it's not long. So I'll probably be doing a spring swap on those at some point. Corsa switches are hella red. Might have to buy some. Yeah, they're like super red. I have a creamsicle shirt. Watch your mouth. They take their inspiration from cherry clears, if I'm not wrong. I see. I thought it was brown. Texie, though, another menu. You know when anyone says manu, like they just shorten the word manufacturer to manu? I think of Manu Ginobili, the NBA player in the, I guess, 2000s to early, mid-2010s, whose name also wasn't even Manu. It was short for Emmanuel. Man United. I have her Tangy. See, I hate that too, man. I hated, man. I'm kind of glad that like that phase is gone when people were calling tangerine switches Tangies. Oh god. I just can't spell manufacturer. I wish I could just shorten manufacturer to manu at my job, but people would look at me goofy. Oh, I hate it. I hated when everyone was buying tangerine switches and calling them Tangies. Good lord. One of my least favorite things. There's no knock on you, how good are keyboards. I'm just saying, like, oh god. My batch of courses had a whole bunch of unbearable leafs. Ah, dude. I think, yeah, you gotta, I think the key was, that all Hex was saying was, maybe lube the top of the leaf. And then also lube the top housing is like the recommendations I've heard for how to like try to like attempt to avoid leaf ping on like tactile switches. Inner top housing leaf lubing is dangerous. What's wrong with leaf lubing? Is it toxic? Is it poisonous? It can go too far real fast. What if you put some BDZ? Put some BDZ on the top of the leaf. A leaf lube drop, somewhere beyond saving though. I just have to be careful. Have you tried Soul Dark switches, Chris? They're another long pole tactile switch. They are pretty nice. I have not. Where can you get those? I've tried Moyu Black switches, which I think are supposed to be like a Holy Panda alternative. I don't know if you want to call it a clone. Everglide Dark Jade / Moyu Black. Those I have in my other GAF build, GAF 60 build. Naughty Corsa's bag. What the hell is that? Thakis? Ooh, okay. Maybe I'll check that out. Inner top housing helps most of the time, and there's some wiggle room for how consistent you can be to maintain a uniform sound. There you guys go again, talking about sound. I just hope they feel the same. I think feeling is more important. Always. Alright, I think we got one more row. Oh, actually, wait, that was it for the singles. Okay. End up donating mine to MC to give away. Wait, so those are the bad ones, the naughty courses. ones that were so bad they had unbearable leaf ping. Alrighty, single pins done. Okie doke. Alright, I gotta check those Soul Dark switches out. I gotta remember to do that after stream. Okay. Breeze right through the second pins to solder. Man, I might need a new spool of solder. I'm doing a lot of soldering. So I've come up with an idea, that Z60 that I hate so much. I may put in these KK light waves that I bought a million years ago. Ed and I had tuned them even just like a couple months ago, and they've just been sitting. Might try those in the Z60. I think KK light waves have a huge potential of me not liking them. So it's the perfect board to put it in. The board I already don't like. The Z60. I feel like it's funny, like I'll often repurpose switches that I don't like into boards I don't like. But the thing is, I don't know. I'm not sure yet, but I feel like there's a high potential I won't like these KK light waves. If solely just because the springs might be too light, but also those bumpers on the stems, it's like they seem weird. I don't know how they'll feel, but it seems like high risk. The worst switches into the worst boards and the worst profile, I mean, it's fitting. Yeah, you get it. Oh, in that respect, then I might as well run keycaps that I don't like on it. Keycaps I don't like. My guess would be something like DSA Retro, which I don't even have a full HHKB kitting for. I bought extra DSA Dolce keys to kind of fill out the retro keys I don't have HHKB for, so it's like it wouldn't even match. Wonder what the shittiest of the shittiest HHKB we can make. Just like a super scuffed one that has tons of damage and is hard to assemble. Now you already have a KMAC happy. Aw, dude. I love the KMAC happy. I want to love the ones that I have. I want to, but it's just very hard. I want to love the KMAC happies I have. Oh, yeah, Andy's here. Jizz. 1 million actuation cherry blues that half-heartedly click. Some people actually like that, though. You know, part of me wonders that, like, Okay. Hot take. Hot take time. Hot take time. Breaking in switches. What does breaking in switches do? Like, I guess the idea is that, you know, just from a very general standpoint, the idea of breaking in switches, which I make no secret of, I do not believe in. But the idea of breaking in switches is supposed to make it smoother. But what is it actually doing? Like, what is it technically doing from the standpoint of what's going on inside the switch? So here's my hot take. Okay, so Oxy is saying just by polishing the rails by repeated friction, right? Yes. So that's what I think people think is happening, which I think to an extent it does. In my perspective, I don't personally think that it has as big of an impact as just lubing a switch, even if you didn't work it in. Now the combination of both, probably pretty good, but I feel like the returns you get from breaking a switch in feel not necessarily super low. But I say all this, I've said all this in the past. You can agree or disagree, whatever, I don't care. That's not the hot take that I meant to say. The hot take that I meant to say is it not also affecting, like, the, I don't know what you call it, the, if this is the right terminology, or you feel free to correct me if it's not, is it not also affecting the tensile strength, per se, of the actual, like, contact leaves? Like, isn't it not doing something there too? Like, is it weakening it at that point of contact as well? There have been broken in switches in the past where the leaves have been ruined. Yeah, so then it's like, what's the point at that point? It's like are people out there trying to, like, remove the contact leaves from switch bottoms that have their rails polished by virtue of working in? Because that just seems like, that seems crazy. Like, because, like, trying to remove, like, contact leaves from any switch that's not a Gateron ink switch seems like there's a high point of failure in having a human do that too. It's just something that people have hyped up and folks buy into. I stand by my broken in cherry blacks with a light lube job. Those things are great. Theremin Goat has great info on stuff like this. A lot of his reviews to show how some switches benefit or suffer from breaking in. Okay. By the way, I found the Theremin Goat. I don't think it was fully, I think it was on an OP Black review, but there was a little blurb on what OP Grays are. So I have a set of OP Grays. I didn't know really much, like a whole lot about it, but I ended up buying them off of ThickThock, which is, I think, in Southeast Asia. That was the only vendor I could find them on, but I guess maybe you could also just, like, find them on AliExpress, or could in the past, maybe. I realized it's pretty funny. Like, it was just like, these OP Gray switches, they had, like, a different name in another language. I think maybe it was in Chinese, I believe, where it was just like, it was like a play on OP Blacks of just, like, trying to find, like, the name had something to do with, like following the hype, literally, because people thought OP Blacks were good, were a good representation of what, like, Nixie or Nixdorf switches are, which, I mean, Nixie switches aren't even smooth, like, unless you had a way to smooth them out. OP Blacks are just, like, a million times smoother than the Nixie switches that I personally own. Anyways, OP Gray had nothing to do with OP Black other than like they just tried to make it look like an OP Black. It might not even be the same materials. So it's just like, oh, just kind of following the hype. So I have those, and I've been meaning to like tune those up, and then I was debating putting them in my KMac LE, but I might pivot away from that and just put it in a 60. Alrighty. You know what I realized is I never actually tested this PCB. That's kind of one of my failures here. But let's get VIA up, and then I will plug this guy in. Alright. Did I already program this? Oh, I didn't. Oh, it does have LEDs. I totally forgot about that. So let's quickly turn it off. Don't need LEDs. What's the point? BL off? What the hell is it if it's not that? BR off? Or BR toggle? No. RGB toggle? Oh, there it is. It was RGB. Okay. All good. Well, actually, let's do the test matrix. We're already here. That way I could turn off my solder gun. Looks like I forgot the R key. Okay, did I really forget the R key? Yes. The answer to that question is yes. QWE. No. QWER. There it is. Okay, looks good to me. All right, then let's work on programming it right now, or remapping this. There we go. Left control, right shift, layers, MO1, left win, left alt. We'll change this to space. Right alt, right win. This all looks pretty good there. Put that down there. Insert delete. Caps lock. And then nothing. Up. Left, right, down. Home, page up. End, page down. / plus minus. Let's go with nothing there. Media. And then we'll push all of these down as well. And I think that's about it. Oh, I forgot these guys. Can't forget these guys. Alrighty. Looks good. Let's get the iron off. And then we will reconstruct this. Guys, we're almost finished with the build, and it's only been less than 2.5 hours. Which was kind of my prediction for the timing of this. Oh. Before I do that, let's get rid of this mat. This mat's kind of still wet. The bottom of the mat. I guess I'll also get rid of this one too, just in case. All right, so I'm gonna finish this up here shortly, and I'm recognizing that this stream has been, again, very short. So I have a couple options, and one of them was to consider desoldering the GAF 60. But I think another possible thing we can do is, even if I don't actually proceed with this task, is to maybe talk about a task. Which is, and I don't know if you guys have any thoughts, words, recommendations, but I'm interested to see or hear what you guys think. But I feel as though I need to add helicoil inserts to 2 different keyboards, and I'm wondering if you guys are willing to help me figure that out, because I have this this kit for it. It's just been sitting, and I wonder if you guys had any advice on how I should proceed. One of them is in polycarbonate, and then the other one is it is metal. It looks like I did put a bunch of tape here just to prevent, I guess, shorts from this brass bottom. It just looks really funny looking. I wonder if it's like actually necessary, or if it was just like something I hopped on the now 2 times I've already built this leather plate assembly. I've heard about helicoil for stripped spark plugs, but never actually looked at the process. I would love to watch process for something a little less crucial, like a keyboard. What playlist / mix is this? This is from a YouTube channel called Smooth Sounds, which I don't have a keyboard plugged in. It's called Smooth Sounds, but a lot of the letters in Smooth Sounds are like spaced out. And I think it's called Funk Trip. I also make no guarantee that it hasn't been put on repeat, though our stream has only been 2.5 hours. So it's hard for me to tell because I don't have a keyboard plugged in, so I can't see how far we are on this playlist. Alright, this is fully removed, but I gotta lift off these screws that we will reuse for this new alu assembly. The screw is affixed here to this leather plate. I love the idea of this leather plate, but I hate the execution of it. What case is that? This is a Sirius. It's a POM, fully POM keyboard, but with the brass weight, inner brass weight. Alrighty. Alright, my plan here is to run GMK Serika on it, but I'm not sure if you guys may possibly have a better idea for a key set that I don't already have on another board. I'm just gonna plug this in so I can find out where we are on the playlist. Oh, okay. I see. This playlist is basically 2 1-hour long mixes, and we have about 20 minutes left on this. And while our stream has been longer than 2 hours, one of the reasons we're not done with it yet is because we did listen to 9 Inch Nails' Add Violence on vinyl. Just a couple more screws here. Alrighty. There it is. Everyone's favorite type of switch, click jackets. Or sorry, yes, click jackets. Serika. I just had Serika right here. Okay, Serika, I don't know if this'll, I don't know how good it'll look. For some reason I thought Serika's alphas were whiter, but I don't know if I have other white, available white two-tone kits. I'm checking. I could run Handerbite, the SA Handerbite. Alright, let's see. I have CRP R4 Xerox. I'd have DMK Ghost. That one seems like a potentially interesting one. Maybe I should have run a poll before I finished all this. Okay, I'm gonna run a poll, but I need to figure out what the options are. One second. I think these are the 4 options I'm thinking about. All right, 3-minute poll. Poll is up. I already have Serika out, but if you guys would like to choose one of the other 3 options, let me know. I realize they're all from different manufacturers too, huh? That's one of the most diverse polls I've put out in a long while. Oh, Alex, voting for Serika so you can see how it looks, huh? I hope it doesn't sell it instantly if it goes on sale Cyber Monday. Do you think it'll beat the Do you think it'll beat the 99 that it sometimes goes on? Is it what price is it at right now? Is it like 130 or something? 130 right now. Yeah, like it's gone to 99 like twice already. There was a one general GMK sale, and then there might have been a second one, but I don't fully remember. Goes for 99, I'll still be happy. Maybe it'll go again even before Black Friday, like pre-Black Friday. Alright, while this is going, instead of doing the gaff, I'm just going to pull out the two boards that we can consider just looking at and talking about when it comes to helicoil. Alright, Serika is still running away with it right now. What are going to be vendors to watch for Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales? Probably most. To be honest, most, but I would venture to say it's very likely Novel Keys is going to be a big one, because they already run sales, and they already run sales that are really good. So like that one I feel like is almost certain to just have a sale, and have a sale that's good. Okay, looks like Serika's just won. Thank you guys for getting in some of those last minute votes, but looks like not enough here. Not enough to beat out Serika. Like a dog hair in here. Alright, I'm not gonna lie. So far, I don't hate these click jackets as much as I thought I would, but I think we'll have to wait and find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. T, F, G, H, J, K, L. Clicky mods. How come no one builds a board with mixed switches? Just like completely random. Long pulls, short pulls, tactiles, like different switch types. Because it feels weird. T, Y, U, I. These are really tight. Like, there's so much about this. It's like, tried it and it was simply frustrating. Alright. Yeah, off the bat, this is pretty annoying. These clicky switches. Putting more keycaps on it now. It's like, oh yeah, this is pretty bad. Looks like we did go with accent enter at the time. Kind of smooth, then click, then thud, then smooth. Not a bad look. I think that Xerox, this would have been a rare keyboard that I own that would look really good with the Xerox. I don't know in retrospect why I bought Xerox. R4 Xerox. R3 looked really good with that different like gray color, but it didn't have HHKB compatibility. I think that the white of R4 Xerox, I don't know if I really like white key sets anymore that much, to be honest, but I think this probably would have been one that looked good. Anyways, here's Serika. This is way zoomed in. What do you guys think? Can you imagine getting used to it and then going to a regular board? You're like, what the hell is this regular board? This is terrible. Yeah, I don't normally go nuts over Sub Legends, but that is clean. It's nice. I'm glad I waited over trying to like get it, and I'm glad I got it. Honestly, I got it, and then I kind of regretted like getting it while waiting for it in group buy, and then now it's here, and I actually kind of like it. Oh yeah, that's really bad. Okay. Oh, I should have run a prediction. My bad. Okay, let's run a prediction. I feel we had a really bad run earlier when I was trying to do the Orange Alps, so don't feel so froggy here. Not as adventurous, but prediction period is up for anyone interested in wagering some points on how quick you think I'll type. Preface bias, not too bad. Yeah, that's really bad. Chris 2022. That's like the theme, huh? The theme of the year. Oh, there's actually a Serika theme on Monkey Type. That's pretty cool. Don't usually use accented enter or escape, but I've done both this time. I'm not quite sure I like it, but it's what I packed here, so. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, there's a big believer right now. Uh-oh. Alright, I guess I gotta get in a hydrate and a stretch. Someone stands to gain a lot. And lose very little. Oh, thank you for that bet. Oh, more doubters, eh? Playing against the odds. All right, looks like the prediction period just ended. Let me tidy up. Oxy, big believer, huh? All right, so let's chat this build. This is a Sirius, a POM Sirius HHKB with an NOP60, the first checkerboards non-ortho PCB. The V1. Oh, why did this? The backlighting came back on. Hold on, I'm gonna fix this. This is important. This is the most important thing right now, is to fix this. RGB toggle. How many toggles I need? do I turn this? This backlighting stays on. I don't know. Oh, wait. There we go. Okay. So POM Sirius, alu plate, NOP60 PCB, Outemu, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, Outemu Ice Clicks, and GMK Serika. Our threshold is 127. Let me get that music off. This is pointed downwards. And make sure that I'm on the right screen here. Okay, 60-second test. Got half faith. Oh, 2 big believers. Okay, okay. Alrighty, let's do this. No. Ooh. Yo, chill, stop. Like an old school terminal. Hell fucking yeah. Oh man, that's sweaty. It's hot in here, man. That initial start saved your saved y'all. Dude, that's the funny thing about my races all the time. Like my typing test is that like I always look really, really, really good in the beginning, but it's like yeah, that's the bank right there. I save that in the bank because I know it gets really, really bad by the middle and towards the end. It's that's my bank. You claim the max amount available to you. They'll restock for you next stream. Y'all got drown protection. Come on, man. Okay, let's see. Choose outcome 127 or more. Kajata, welcome. So that's a funny thing. I think it doesn't sound very good. It could have sounded worse. I think that this is not the worst click jacket switch in the world, but it's pretty bad. Like in the grand scheme of switches, it's pretty bad, but it's not the worst click jacket I've used, I don't think. In this build, yeah, not my favorite. But the funny thing about click switches is that they're a lot like tactile switches for me. It's just even whether or not I actually like it, I think I type pretty well on them. So cool. All right, we'll do a couple more quick ones. I'll do 2 30s and a 15. Clicky switches honestly just feel so freaking amazing to type on for me because the audio tactile feedback just fires serotonin for me. I think some clicky switches sound better than others for sure. And then in that case, it's like, okay, cool. Clickies sound fast. Or dopamine, not sure which yet. Oh my god. okay. That's not gonna count. All right, 15s. And I'll change this to shoulder if you guys just want to see me type on it for the 15s here. And last one here. Clicky mods hit different, you think so? Yeah, the mods do sound pretty fun. Okay, so that's the build, and we are under 3 hours. Incredible. Incredible. Okay, so with that out of the way, we'll hold the gaff desoldering for another time, but I guess we'll just chat a little bit about what it is we got here. Okay, so that's interesting. It seems like every time I plug it in, the lighting does come back on by default. I wonder if that's something I can get rid of. Lighting off. I don't know. I don't know if that did anything. Okay. Called it. Under 3 hours. Guys, it's only 11:30. Okay, so let's take a look. Helicoil. I got this kit a long while back, and I want to use it. I'm just scared to, and I've never found the time, and I don't know what to do. But let's pull it out if I can find it. Alright, I'm bounced and tired, and the kid wore me the fuck out. Catch you on the next stream. Thanks for hanging out. I'll be back tomorrow. I am streaming tomorrow. And maybe, just maybe, it could potentially be another... I don't want to say quick build. That one definitely has some stabilizers that I need to work on. But we'll see. McJizzle, have a good night. And see you next time. Okay, I have some random LEDs in here. That's like a bunch of nothing. A bunch of what appear to be M2 screws. These might be... These are M2 screws, but I think longer. Alright. Well, McJizzle was my one hope of seeing if there's anything that can be learned here from Helicoil. Here's another set of long-ish M2 screws. These might have come with the kit, but I can't be entirely certain. A lot of these might be. Okay, so here are the inserts. We need to get these inserts inside of a hole, and I think that these inserts, then these guys accept. Let me see if I can show y'all this. Pirate ship still giving you a hard time for Aussies. I'm not gonna lie, I paused on shipping stuff out as just, you know, life, and here I am streaming. Here I am streaming and not shipping things out, so I still owe you something. I still owe a lot of people things, a lot of sticker giveaways I haven't sent out yet. I'm definitely gonna need to buy more stamps. And what else? a couple other prizes as well. Still placed on a brief hold. Anyways, that is a little helicoil insert for M2. And so what I think the idea, this is my understanding of what's supposed to happen, rudimentary understanding. It seems so simple that there's no way I'm wrong here, but correct me if I'm entirely wrong. The idea is that like I have stripped screws in a polycarbonate keyboard as well as also in a metal case board as well. And the idea is that like those M2 screws that are supposed to go in there, it's just like the holes just got messed up, to say the least. Something happened with those holes. It's bad. What I think I'm supposed to do is use this this tool here to kind of, I guess, expand the hole so that I can put this insert where that hole is, which should hopefully, like, the expansion of the hole is just perfect enough for this insert to sit in tight. And then that way I can replace these M2 screws back together. Let me know if there's any part of that that's wrong. I think the weird thing overall, if I can get the focus back, is as much as I've said, I'm not 100% sure what makes that process so complicated. Sorry. I'm not sure what makes that process so enormously complicated, and why you need so much stuff to do this. But maybe there's an obvious answer. I don't know if you guys know. There's this baggie has like 3 more like bits, one of which is literally a drill bit. This other one is, I don't know what this is. And then this other one, again, I also don't know what this is. So the boards in question, we've talked about them before, but in case you guys would like to see them again, we actually just saw this one, what was it, yesterday? Yeah, it's this PH60 that we threw Geek Arc Mono Hangul on. And this here is another clicky switch. These are Pro Worlds. I actually quite like these on it. This does look pretty good. I think I'll probably keep, I actually do like this. Maybe I'll keep this build, but I think some of these Pro Worlds might need to be adjusted because some of them weren't registering quite right. So more than one issue with this board. Another thing is the bowing here. I wonder if there's another place I could potentially consider drilling like a new spot. I probably shouldn't, and I probably won't. Just to have this sit in a little bit more flush, because I think that this does come out a little bit, which is kind of weird. I don't know. Oh shit! What did I just? I think I flicked out that insert. I didn't realize it was that where the insert was sitting? Whoops. Anyways, this bows out like a little bit. I don't know how apparent that is right here. But in any case, the case screws seem to be totally fine. It's where the plate fits into the top case that's problematic. And so that's that. PC with beige looks really good, to be honest. I don't know why I've never... I think these like clear PC that are like kind of like, I don't know, it's not like clear but like kind of cloudy-ish. They look really good, huh? They look really especially good with beige. I'm gonna have to find whatever flew out there whenever it is I can. And so yeah, this is another thing too, is that like I was also thinking about getting one of these PC Sirius keyboards as well. The POM one's really cool, and it's really different than anything I've really seen. But PC would have been cool, and especially because they already include the proper inserts, all the better there. But I don't know if it's worthwhile for me to have two of the same board, even though they're slightly different. I already have situations where that's the case between the KMac Happies that I have in different colors / layouts, as well as the Avias that are yet to come next year. One in PC and one in Alu. Okay, the other board that has this issue, we talked about this one before as well. Done some extensive work on this, trying to figure out what the best move is. Skeleton 60 would have otherwise been a really great board if not for just a couple of weird random issues, including again, like we're talking about here, the plate issue with some stripped screws, but also the fact that I only have one PCB for it and 3 plates, which is like kind of ridiculous. What I'm curious about is whether it's a possibility to potentially use a standard PCB for this. I wonder how different it is from a standard PCB if I could just use a standard PCB in here with the plates that I already have. Using a PCB I already have. That's not a Skeleton 60 specific one. And this is really a bummer too. This would have been a good board, but if not for the stripped screws. It's a really high profile. This is the one that had all the stripped holes. Yeah, I mean both of these are. Both of these have really stripped screws. This one was like a little bit easier to sort of deal with if you just like stuff in a bunch of PTFE tape like around the screws, but this one not so much. This one still has issues, man. So dealing with trying to drill in larger holes in here to put in new inserts, it's just like, it frightens me. And Tempest actually was the one to tell me about like this whole situation. So I often like try to go back and look at what he wrote, and then I read it and I'm just like yeah, but I'm pretty sure the Skeleton 60 was the first stream I was here for. Right. That's right, huh? Okay. Is this the one, November 1st, 2021? Tempest, okay, he might have had a long list of instructions that literally didn't have the word helicoil in it. Also, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, helicoil, but I found some messages here from last year. I think it might have been that Skeleton 60 build. Worst case scenario, just use helicoil thread inserts. I stripped my 7V, installed the helicoil fixed. Drill the hole out, tap it, install helicoil done. Okay, so anyone who's more handy than my complete lack of handiness wants to let me know what drill and then tap mean. Let me know. Yes, the white and brass boy. Yes, the white and brass boy. The board that would have been good, and that maybe we can still salvage with some helicoil. But what does drilling the hole out and then tapping it mean? I'm thinking drilling. Is drilling this, or is drilling like an actual like drill? That might have sounded really stupid. Hammer brother, thank you for this. Okay. Oh god. Okay, yo man, was this from episode 1? I'm not gonna watch this. I try not to watch like copyrighted material on stream because then I'll just like have to like lose it in the VOD. But I gotta watch this. I'm gonna keep this open for next time. And I also gotta find those Soul Darks too. The Soul Dark link. Okay, I'm gonna keep the Soul Dark open, and I'm gonna keep this King of the Hill link open a little bit for after. All good. It's related to tap and die. What you're asking regarding screwing. Okay, so what does it mean? Let me know. I'm also gonna look up try to find more of Tempest's messages. I remember he had a really long message trying to explain. It means to thread a hole. Oh. Okay, so let me see if I understand that. Why do you... I don't know. I've only heard of the concept. Okay, 2022, April 15th. So this was like 5 months later. Tempest says, ah yeah, I stripped a screw hole in my 7V. Helicoil kit was like $15, came with a drill bit, tap, coil winder, and coils. No tap handle though. So I think what I think is this the tap handle? I think I just went on Amazon and tried like searching these words, helicoil kit, tap handle, and I think one of these is the kit. Oh, here's the other thing too, is this. I've apparently never even opened this. So let's open this right now. There's this thing in a box here. Maybe this will help. All right, Simvek, I'll open that up as well. Okay, so here's a tap hand. I guess this is the tap handle. So okay, so let me continue reading his thing. I drilled the threads out. You feel resistance when you hit the bottom. Then you tap the hole, use a drop of oil, watch a video on tapping, tapping holes if you've never done it. So I guess watching a video is part of the list of instructions. So thank you. Then you screw the coil in and break the turn tab. They come with a full instruction manual. The funny thing is this most definitely didn't come with a full instruction manual, this kit here. You're doing this on stream tonight? I am not, because like part of me got a little bit worried about I don't think I'm gonna do this tonight. It's like I don't know if I will do this on stream, because part of me is wondering like how much of this has to be done off stream, because like you gotta like I don't know, clean out whatever you need to clean out. Like it's like they have to like shoot a bunch of water into the hole to get any like debris out. So let me, like the keyboard case, yeah. So I'm trying to, the whole goal of this, so this was Tempest's message here. I wouldn't use water. The whole purpose of this is, both of these are top mount keyboards, and both of them have strip screws for where the plate inserts into the top case. Because of the top mount. And so like at some point here it's like I guess I'm using a tap handle and having to drill something out, and I have no idea like how any of this shit actually works. So I gotta watch YouTube videos and study this. Maybe the first thing I'll study presumably is that King of the Hill video. Presumably. I have no clue how this works. I'm just like, I'm pressing things into each other. I don't know what I'm doing. But okay. Yes, let's watch some YouTube videos. Probably going to do that off stream. Guys, 3 hours into stream, we've done quite a bit, which included like a whole build, as well as vaguely talk about something that I've been procrastinating really, really long for. Won't the hole be slightly larger than original after you do it? So I think that's the purpose of the inserts. Like I think what you're doing here in this case is you're like making the hole bigger so you could put an insert in. And then the insert is what those same size screws go into. That's my understanding. Like a drywall anchor. Yeah, I guess so. That's kind of what I like. That's what I depict of it in my head, but I'm not sure if someone who's more handy can corroborate that analogy. Like if that's the correct analogy. It's funny, why not just use drywall anchors? Really tiny plastic drywall anchors in our keyboards. Okay. I'm gonna get these out of the way here. How about this? I'm gonna tidy this up. Just use glue. You know, the only problem with using glue, and I literally mean that, the only problem with using glue is I guess you wouldn't be able to change the plates. Like if you only had one plate, or if they only hot glue can be removed, right? Can it? I think one thing that some people were mentioning as a possibility was to consider trying to figure out some mechanism by which you would tadpole mount these boards. Glue screw mod. But the thing is that requires the bottom case to like actually be like good for it. Like putting in like a silicone plug just straight here like at the bottom is probably not something we necessarily want to do. Also, I realize I think our music just stopped. So let me find something else. Glue screw mod. Shit. It's like I gotta tidy all this stuff up and then I don't know where I put anything. It's fucking crazy. Tadpoles don't really hold to the top though. They're mostly just a gasket above the bottom housing. Yeah. I mean, it's a little weird because you could kind of like there's this notion of I mean exactly. Yeah. That's exactly right, Sinvec. Like that for tadpole, the bottom housing needs the cupped indent to support the tadpole head. Yes. So it's like you'd have to like I'd have to like really makeshift some bullshit in this, which is probably really especially bad looking for like something like a clear PC case. Just nothing a drill can't do. I don't know if there's really any strong purpose for this other than the fact this box has a label that says it's a handle. Assuming the top mount points are over the bottom housing wall, most of the time they're not. Like yeah, you'd have to like really be precise about it, and that's probably a big thing about what tadpole really is, right? And so, okay, there's another quick thing, which is the Y6. The Y6 was meant to be a tadpole mount board, but then they drilled the wrong holes into the top case. So it ended up being like threaded for you to use screws and top mount it, but not actually usable for the tadpole mount. Do you mind showing off Serika up there? Yeah. So this is the board we just built today. Looks great on that board. Thanks. I was a little worried that like the alphas weren't wide enough to match the POM here, but yeah, it looks pretty good. I think the other options that we had here for tonight were Xerox, the CRP Xerox, the white R4 version. We had SA Handerbite And we had something else. I forgot what else I was looking at. HHKB does look good. Here's my thing about HHKB, and I think I've said this. I said this before, but one thing I like about HHKB is, well, you get the Windows keys back. Like, the control is fine. You just map control to something else. It's so symmetrical on the overhead cam. What I like about having these corner blockers is that, like, they expose, like, it's a 60%, like the MX, like 7U HHKB is like symmetrical, pretty symmetrical in this fashion. Can you compare Umka and Boneyard Serika? I still think they look really close. Yeah, let me go grab it. Okay, sorry, I never finished my full thought there. What I like about HHKB is that you can see more of the case without having to look at the sides or the bottom. Yeah, and win keyless 60% is, yes, a little weird. A little very weird. Okay, so this is Boneyard and Umka. For those unfamiliar, I think MX HHKB looks better than Topre HHKB aesthetically. I do like the symmetry of MX 7U HHKB. What the 6U does, I think, is 6U specifically. What that does is it keeps like these proportions of the mods next to the spacebar. It widens up this guy here on the right, and then like you could, like with the normal HHKB, they drew something in, like they drew the logo. And I think that that's like something that can be really cool about potential 6U HHKBs down the line, is that like they could put shit in there in the same way that, like, you know, those 910 style keyboards like put something right there. Anyways, this is Boneyard and Umka. These are the two parts of Carbon. Like Carbon had like a, let's look up. I remember looking this up. GMK Carbon PCAC. Oh my gosh, sometimes everything slows down. GMK Carbon 2. Okay, so here's Carbon. Round one. Pretty simple, but I think, you know, these are where the Umka alphas come from. If you look at Carbon R2, they have this Carbon base kit here that again had the orange text on the gray mods, but then they had something called the Bone base kit. So this is where Boneyard came from. Specifically then, one thing they did was I think R2 was really outfitted with a lot of things. Now I didn't know this because it's like I wasn't really in the hobby by this point, but like I did this digging around just like a couple months ago. They really outfitted this this group buy with a lot of kits. I didn't even know that this existed. This is, I don't like this at all. But here they have Umka modifiers. They call the modifiers Umka. So if you ran this with the alphas, you get like a single tone set, which then they ran Umka as its own group buy. Meanwhile, they also had Boneyard alphas, which would go along pretty well with the Bone base kit mods. Also R5. Jesus. Yeah, there's a lot of shit in here. I didn't even know they came with Carbon Cadet alphas. Those are pretty sick. I don't think Umka came with Cadet. Like, I think Umka was just like a single base kit, like with no extra kitting. But that's pretty sick. Carbon Cadet? Need that. Is this blank Banshee on right now? I have no idea. This is a different Smooth Sounds. This is a different Smooth Sounds playlist here. Where are we? 803. This thing is apparently called Windows 95 Bass T Lo-Fi Remix. Windows 95 on drugs. I can't even really hear it. I'm not gonna lie. This is the reason why I wanted AirPods. You know, which I'm grateful for Ada picking those up for me. But it's also why I want to get this Bluetooth transmitter so I could like listen and monitor my own stream without having like a long headphone cable coming into giant headphones. Me being weird and wanting lilac and black, but wouldn't even consider any of the other purplish sets. You don't like other purplish sets? I think, what is it? Amethyst looks really good. Granted, it's stupidly expensive. Since then, I mean, I like VOC, Violet on Cream. Purple Nights, was that what it was called? GMK Purple Nights. Yep. You know what I like about Purple Nights is it's like, it reminds me of a lighter GMK Phantom. And GMK Phantom reminds me of SA Phantom. Actually, it's not even really that close. I'm not gonna lie. But Purple Nights is really nice. I can't wait for this to come out. That's a nice set. I didn't realize that it only had sub-legends. I thought there was a Latin kit. I guess I just forgotten. Maybe it's just the Canvas Serika looks like Umka with yellow mods and boneyard accents. Yeah, no, that I can buy. If Carbon had yellow mods, it would. I think the comparison would make sense. But there's a whole lot of orange here. And I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I think this looks really bad. I actually really hate the orange that's part of this Carbon, like the whole Carbon theme. I do remember, I think, R1 running, and I was like, this does not look good. I don't think this looks good, but when they put in the bone base and then they broke this out in a boneyard in Umka, I liked it. All right, I think I'm gonna shut up now. So if you guys are interested in some stickers, I'm gonna run a random. Let's do Cosmic Chaos. You guys cool Cosmic Chaos? If anybody's interested in a Marbles Race giveaway for some stream stickers, some stream emote stickers, feel free to join in. We're just gonna run this for 3 minutes. What switches? Just stickers. No switches today. I'm too lazy to look through my my thing, and I want to end pretty soon. I want my goddamn MW Voynich. Am I pronouncing that right? Exclamation play to join. Hey yo, Spring Roll, what's going on? All right, how about this? I'm gonna quickly look through some of the worst stuff in my junk drawer. Alright, I got some stuff for y'all. Some extras. Exclamation play to join, by the way, guys. Five have joined so far. But if anyone's interested here, I'll blow this up real quick. We still have about a minute left to join. We got here a Canon Keys sticker. a Prevail sticker, a Divinity sticker, a Haichu, and then this is just literally just a black pop socket, but it's like you need like the pop socket base. No hydrate redeems avail. Are you not thirsty? Oh, I think I have a limit. I have a cap on on hydrate reduce because everyone's just trying to get me to drink water constantly at one point. Anyway, so these 3 stickers, a Haichu and a pop socket, and then also a stream sticker. We'll do that. You guys cool with that? A pop socket without the base might be junk. Yeah, and it's just black. Like it's like there's nothing interesting on it either. That might be the first junk thing I've seen here. Like a CG1 sticker. Yes, there is a stream sticker to go along with these 3 vendor stickers and this red Haichu and this pop socket without a base. Is that a stream sticker? One of these. I don't know what. You need all this clarification? Oh shit! I just dropped some screws. Oh well, all good. One of these guys. Alright, good luck, everybody. I guess I'll look for these screws after stream. Why does it not have a base? My best guess is that I bought like the full pop socket with the base, and then I replaced it with a different one. I need a CG1 sticker. Oh, wait, so you've not seen my stickers? I don't know if this is a better view here. It's probably not. Okay, Dark Prez, welcome. Dark Prez with something that resembles a lead, I think. I need that Drake sticker. Hey, yeah, hey, we got the Kawaii Drake sticker. I bombed my screwdriver kits, bottles, etc. Yeah, hell yeah. Oh, it's looking real good for Dark Prez. Shit, some of those screws might be gone forever. Because that is a very high pile rug that they might have all landed on. I mean, luckily they're just really random. I think they're just M2 screws. I hope. They were keyboard screws, but they were like, as far as I'm aware, I think they were pretty replaceable screws. I'm crossing my fingers. Alright, looks like Ayo Spring Roll. No, it's Dark Prez. Dark Prez still in the lead here. Oh, Sinvec. Oh, Ayo Spring Roll. Oh, it looks like Dark Prez is dead. Oh, it's a close one. Oh, Sinvec took the lead. Who's gonna get it? Oh, is it gonna be Sinvec again? Oh my. Sinvec with the win. How good are keyboards, Hammer Brother? Hammer Brother looks like he's competing for that last place finish for the raid target. There you go. RIP Drake sticker. All right, Hammer Brother. Let me know if you have a potential raid target. I guess I could look up some hints. Meanwhile, Sinvec, do you claim this this junk giveaway? Well, if nothing else, I am great in winning junk. Epsi, all right, does look like Epsi is on. All right, let's raid Epsi. Claim, all righty, you got it. You got it, buddy. 1019 junk pack. Oh, you won yesterday's junk giveaway too. Nice. Forgot about that already. All right. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna be doing the BMEC. We're gonna be doing a POM BMEC. That one, I might potentially actually run a desolder on that too. So I don't need to, but I can. so I might. Good luck on the tap learning. Appreciate that. All right. Also, it's been over a month since our subathon, so many people's subs may have expired. But if you want to send some love to Epsy, feel free. If you're subbed, send that first message. If you're not subbed, send the second message. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Good night, guys.